Hey guys, welcome to the Rat Grind. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I have got a few things that I wanted to share with you guys with the market today. If this is your first time watching this channel, welcome, 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 and thank you so much for supporting the channel and watching the video. If this is your first time, like I said, please do subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when it's the next time I post a new content, a new video for you guys. And also, comment below, like the video, comment below, give me your feedback, give me your comments, let me know what I can continually improve and what topics you'd like me to cover on this particular channel to give you the maximum value. Another thing, if you're new to this channel, if this is your first time watching, please don't take any of the trades that I do, any of the advice that I do, and copy them verbatim. Make sure to always do your own research, study the coins, the stocks, and opportunities that you invest in, and make sure that you find value in them and you really understand what you're getting yourself into before putting your hard-earned money into it. Another thing I wanted to tell you guys is, in this channel, I document my journey to maximize my time when I'm in the rat race. We're all trying to get out of the rat race. I work full time. I'm a head of a marketing of a fashion brand. I'm a dad. I have quite a big family. I also have a lot of extracurricular activities that I do outside of work, outside of my own business, outside of my family time. And I want to be able to document my journey and show you guys that time is never an excuse to be successful. Time is never an excuse for you to follow your passions and do the things that you think you can benefit from and you can give benefit back to the world with. Okay, so that's what the channel is all about. So that's what the rat grind is all about. All right, so today I'm going to be talking about some news on why the crypto market went down today, specifically Bitcoin. It broke down and it failed some levels, and why it's doing that, why I think it's doing that. Also want to share with you some FUD that I've read about Bank of America. I also want to give you some news on Cardano, partnerships that it's been that it's put together and trying to represent its cryptocurrency, its blockchain system, and with the hopes that it could be a catalyst for it to sort of move back up. It's dropped significantly in the over the last couple months. It's down 78%. It's on its all-time high. I also want to give you an update on a state here in the U.S. that actually held its first elections on the blockchain. And also I wanted to go over how a new Robinhood is really trying to take on Coinbase as a major crypto exchange player, and for you to be able to procure your Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and stuff like that. So that's some of the things that I want to be able to go over with you guys. We'll also go over the charts that we've been watching for weeks and see where those levels are, where those resistance are, where it's breaking down, where it's hitting a lot of resistance, where it's getting support, both for Ethereum and Bitcoin. And I wanted to go over, there's an article that I found on why Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general are not getting enough light or getting enough attention, or why the volume is not going up. And it's a very interesting article. It lists top 10 reasons why this author on Medium, Crypto Oracle, specifically found why this is not happening for us. And I'll give you some of my take on why I agree on some things, why I disagree on some things, and we'll go through all that so it can give you guys a little bit more perspective about the crypto market in general. So let's get right on it. So the first, let's go into Live Coin Watch. I know I've used Live Coin Watch in the beginning, and I jumped back into Coin Market Cap, which is basically the standard, but the interface of Coin Market Cap, I mean, sorry to say, if you guys love Coin Market Cap, I apologize. I don't like their interface. I come from the web industry, design and UI, UX and stuff like that. Their interface is just horrendous. It's so hard to use and all that stuff. But I mean, it's the standard of the industry. Most people, most YouTubers, most people that get into the space use that. But I like to use Live Coin Watch because it's a little bit more pleasant on the eyes and easier to work with. I get to do more with the data that I'm used. Maybe it doesn't have as much data as CoinMarketCap has, but I mean it works pretty much for me to be able to get an overview of what's happening in the market, because you could be able to look at different exchanges, different markets. I could filter. I could see 1 hour, 24 hours, see the all-time high, how it's doing, and all that stuff. So let's start with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, it dropped down the 9,000 level. We need to be able to hold around a specific level, which we'll go through in a little bit. If it doesn't hold that level, it can drop to about 8,000. So that's not going to be good. We don't want to be going to the weekend with this downtime, because of the fact that usually on the weekends, that's when we see even more decrease in the market, right? So the total market cap as of today is $417 billion. That's a significant drop in the last couple weeks. So we were trading 500 billion, almost half a trillion, just a couple weeks ago, and it's completely down. The 24-hour volume today is only about $13 billion. So that's one of the reasons why the market went down a little bit. For some reason, maybe people are holding out. They sold their position, and they're waiting for what's going to happen next week on consensus, or they're waiting for their money. They want to, I don't know, they want to see if the market will go down and buy back into it. So that could be the reason why that's happening. But overall, the crypto market, 24-hour volume, 24-hour trading, as you can see right here, is all pretty much red. Some of them, like Bitcoin, it's down because it's a scammy coin. It's gonna go away soon. So it got delisted from Binance, but a lot of the other coins dropped significantly. I still was able to do a trade. I did a Lunar, this one right here. It moved 10% today, over 24 hours, and I was able to trade that. It went down a little bit today after it hit that 10%, but I was still be able to excuse me, I was able to get out of that position relatively luckily, before it went down again. So Zilliqa has been performing relatively well as well. Zilliqa, although it's down 5.33% today, but overall it's been doing really, really well. When I got into this coin, it was a lot lower than this, and it's gained a lot in the last couple of days. So that's something to watch out for. So going back to the overall market, Ethereum is also down 3.4%, but it's holding a better support level than Bitcoin, right? So let's go through the charts real quick. So for Bitcoin, as you can see, this is the 4-hour chart. As you can see, it broke down. It tried to go up again. Like I drew this like yellow orange resistance line right here, and it broke through that before. And when it hit this major resistance right here, it broke down that level. And afterwards, it dropped significantly. It almost touched this good support level down here. But the good thing was it popped back up. Yeah, we saw this last night, right? When I did the video yesterday, we saw that bounce up, but it didn't have enough momentum. As you can see, we were seeing this last night's chart. There was some confusion in the market. The bears and the bulls just could not agree what the price could be. The bulls kept pushing it down, the bears kept pushing it up. But when these things happen, like a ladder like this, like a small ascending ladder, it doesn't look good, right? So usually when these things happen, that's a signal that it's usually going to drop down, and that's exactly what it did. So it dropped down, it hit some support level right here, and it bounced back up. We're in the green on the 4-hour candle. Let's look at the 1 hour. You'll see it even more significantly on the 1 hour. As you can see, it broke down here, and then this was that area, and it broke down I think this was about noon today, Pacific time. And again, today it broke down even more as the day progressed. Tomorrow is Friday, so we'll see what will happen. But there's still some good support level right here, as long as we don't break down from this 8,800 level down to 8,500 level. If that breaks down, then we're gonna drop here. There's another support level right here, but this is not a strong support right here. If that happens, hopefully it doesn't. It could proceed down to lower lows. We don't want that to happen, and I don't see that happening because there's still good support over here, but it broke out of the trend, and it's actively trending down right now. So we'll see how this bounces back tomorrow. When I do the video tomorrow, I might do the video tomorrow a little bit later because I have an event that I'm going to with my family tomorrow. So I'll record a video as soon as I get back home and keep you guys updated on what's happening in the market. So let's look at Ethereum, because I have this is where I hold a lot of my trading positions. On Bitfinex, this is again the 1 hour chart. As you can see, it's actively trading down as well. It's finding some good support on previous resistance, but as you can see, it still hasn't broke down from this previous resistance that it broke up from, and that's sort of serving as its support line. But as you can see, the trend line right here, it broke out of that and is currently trading under the 15-day exponential moving average, guys. So that's not a good sign, but still, we're actively getting some good support on this particular level, and we don't want it to break down. If it breaks down here, this is another support level right here. But if that doesn't hold over the weekend, then we could touch this line right here back down to 500, which we don't really want. I mean, if that does happen, me personally, that's the time for me to buy a little bit more, because I think consensus next week will definitely be a good potential catalyst for another bull run. But that's never for sure thing, right, guys? So just keep that in mind. But just keep watching this chart. This is a 1 hour chart. Let's look at the 4 hour chart. Yeah, so as you can see, it's a green candle. Let's look at the day chart. Actually, we want this to end in a green candle. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna end on a green candle, so that's a good thing. Let's look at the 4 hour chart again. And on the 4 hour chart, as you can see, Ethereum is still trading above, about 43 on the 14 RSI, and the MACD is actually, it's down. So these are signs that it can get bought up. Now, if you look at the 1 hour chart, you can see it hit oversold levels earlier today at around 5 in the afternoon here Pacific time. That's when it hit some oversold levels and it got bought up a little bit. And see, there's more for it to buy up and go up there. Let's look at the Bitcoin chart again. Just look at the RSI and MACD. Yeah, so for the MACD and the RSI for Bitcoin, it's definitely oversold. So that's a very good bullish signs. Like I was saying on the other video, there's not much it can go down from where it's not going to get bought up, because most people buy up here when it's oversold level, and right now it's really oversold. It was a more oversold here, and that's why you can see these green candles it brought up. But it's hitting some resistance there, but we needed to trade above the 15-day EMA. So what we wanted to do is pass this 15-day EMA line, drop, if it does drop back down and bounce on it, and then actively go up. So like if you can see here, like see, this goes down, it actively trended down, it picked up, it moved up there, and then it bounced within that line. So it broke through, and it touched it again right here. It still was a red candle, but as you can see, because it traded above that and then it started going up again, but it broke down. It bounced up and it broke through, and then that was just a catalyst for it to go down. So we don't want that to happen. So we wanted to trade up and move and bounce above the 15-day EMA at least, and other indicators, of course, for it to again do an ascending upper trend, and we can be able to follow that and ride that up. Right now, I'm just, like, keeping my capital away from the market, seeing what happens, and I'm holding some positions that are currently in the red, that I'm waiting for it to bounce back. I do have some free up capital that was freed up when I traded the lunar, but I don't want to put that capital back in the market because I just don't know what's going to happen, and this can, that a millionaire can go in here and just sell all his position or buy up all his position, and it's going to bounce back up. So there's really a lot of uncertainty for me personally right now, so I'm going to keep away from trading, and I'm just going to watch the market and keep you guys posted on what's going on. So one crazy news today that I saw on Blocked was that Mt. Gox's cold wallet moved around 8,200 Bitcoin. And as you can see right here, this is the address that it moved. See, it received a total of 8,214 from their cold wallet. That's about 72 million, I think. Yeah, $76 million worth of cryptocurrencies, of Bitcoin. I'm hoping that they don't dump that, or they're not gonna, they keep it there. I don't know why they moved it from their cold wallet. Usually when you do that, that means that you're preparing to make a move and sell it. I hope that doesn't happen, but keep this address. I mean, check out this link, rewind this video, pause it, type this up on blockchain.info, and keep track of this particular address and see if it moves. Right now, it's currently holding about 8,214 Bitcoins, and we'll see how long that stays there. If it stays there, maybe they're gonna offload it, like they were saying. They're gonna do it not in the market. They will do like a over the counter transaction and sell that off somewhere else. But then, you never know, because what could happen is, yes, they do sell it to somebody over the counter, but that person that they sell it to, institution, group of people, or somebody that has money, could potentially go into the market and sell that off. So them being responsible in the way they move these cryptocurrencies is not a 100% indicator that will remain the same. So just watch out on this, guys. Mt. Gox has screwed the market up many, many times since 2013. So we hope that they don't continue to do that. I hope they do it responsibly. So like I was telling you guys, as far as the FUD today, I was reading up on this. Cryptocurrencies as a payment system are troubling, according to Bank of America chief technical officer. He was saying that this was actually interesting. What was that? Sorry. Oh, right here. Sorry. He said, as a payment system, I think it's troubling because the foundation of the banking system is on transparency between the sender and the receiver. And cryptocurrencies is designed to be nothing of that sort. In fact, it's designed to be not transparent. I don't know, guys. I mean, the technical officer of a bank is supposed to be, should know what they're talking about. How transparent are banks really? When you bank your money into your account, if you have any bank, right? They go ahead and lend that money out, 90% of it out, without ever telling you. You put $10 in your account. As soon as that dollar hits your account, they enter digits into their computers, and they go ahead and lend 90% of that to another person, to another bank at an interest rate. And your money apparently stays there, even though it's not there anymore. So I don't know. I don't know how transparent banks are in that sense, right? when they were packaging mortgages back in 2008. How transparent were they really? So when you're talking about transparency, like today, the perfect example was, I know that Mt. Gox moved their Bitcoin from a cold storage. It's right here. I can see it. As a human being, regular human being, I can see the transaction. I know that they moved 8,214. If your bank moved your money somewhere, do you really know? So is that really transparency? I don't know. I'll leave that up to you guys, but I don't know how they can say these ignorant comments. But that's for you guys to judge. That's just my opinion. That's not that's not you don't have to believe that, you don't have to follow that, you don't have to share my opinion, but that's just my opinion. When we talk about transparency, banks are, in my opinion, are the most untransparent organizations in the whole world, right? So that's just my take on it. So another news that I wanted to be able to share with you guys was Cardano. Like I said, Cardano has really been hammered, guys. As you can see, Cardano is trading at 29 cents right now. When I got into cryptocurrencies, Cardano was, man, it was over $1, and then it dropped to 70 cents. I was like, wow, this is a strong buy, and I got more, and it went all the way down to like less than 20 cents, guys. So it's crazy. 78% loss. That's insane. That's insane. But it says that Cardano aims for mainstream adoption with Emurgo, MetaTaps Plus partnership. So basically, this one is they're going to. Oh, sorry about that. How do you get rid of this? They're basically going to use Cardano as the currency on the MetaTaps Plus platform. It's a blockchain incubator based out of Japan that is going to use Cardano as its base currency, as its, they're going to use it to exchange value, basically, right? It says the CEO of Emurgo said, our partnership with MetaTaps Plus will allow ADA, which is Cardano, to expand more rapidly and be recognized eventually as a new way for payment settlement in the Korean market. I told you guys that in South Korea, man, their government may not be big on blockchain or cryptocurrencies. They may not fully support it because of the fact that there's a lot of misunderstanding about its uses and its technology. But as far as the people, the citizens are concerned, they pay up for cryptocurrencies. They usually pay more than what we would pay here in the United States. For example, there's what you call a kimchi premium, right? Let's see if I can see that from here. Let's go to CoinMarketCap. So if look at Bitcoin, and I can show you guys the markets, right? So as you can see, okay, the price for Bitfinex, for example, is 8,959, right? But when we go to like Bithumb, this is, see it right here, BTC KRW, that's Korea's money. It's trading at about $400-$500 more. See this right here? So as you can see, there in Korea, they pay up for cryptocurrency. There's what you call a kimchi premium. That's what the market calls it. I mean, I don't know if that's a good way to call it, but it's definitely a sign that they value cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, a lot as an asset in South Korea. The citizens, as far as they're concerned. The chairman of Cardano, Michael Persson, says the adoption of Cardano's ADA cryptocurrency token by MetaTaps Plus means immediate digital payments or settlement with little to no fraud, and can soon take place in Korea, a country that has a pioneering history of innovation and early adoption of new technology. So this is really really bullish news for Cardano itself. Let's see how this actually shakes up, because sometimes these news come out, but they don't really affect the market as much. But I think this is just some overall bullish news that there's good adoption that's happening and acceptance with the cryptocurrency space. So another the big news today was here in the U.S. was West Virginia, state of West Virginia completes first blockchain supported state election. So they went to the polls on the 8th of May, which was a couple of days ago, and they did the first government run blockchain vote here in the United States. That is huge, guys. That's huge. The state electoral, the Secretary of State, Mike Queen, and the communications director for the West Virginia Secretary of State said that the office of the secretary believes blockchain does provide a heightened level of security on this type of mobile voting app. We're genuinely hoping that this will allow this type of mobile app to be made available in the future, as early perhaps as our general elections to military voters. So that is very, very good practical use case of the blockchain, where transparency, where reliability, immutability, distributability, all of that is being utilized by the state in running a mobile-based voting platform. So we have a lot of uniform and overseas citizens, absentee voting, that could be able to vote in elections that they can't, because mailing their ballots, maybe it can be subject to fraud, it can be changed, lost, and all that stuff. So by providing a blockchain to be and mobile capability allows it to be immutable, and that transaction is verifiable. That's transparency, in my opinion, right? So that's great news. The biggest news today, though, right? The biggest news today is Robinhood. I use Robinhood to trade stock, ETFs, and stuff like that. That's where I purchase most of it. I also have a TD Ameritrade account, Thinkorswim, to monitor transactions, to monitor the charts and market conditions and stuff like that. But I primarily use Robinhood because there's no fees. I know there's pros and cons in being able to use both, but for me, because I have such a low balance, I'm trading with such little money, because I'm not a pattern day trader. I don't have $25,000 in my account, so the fees add up. Whenever I trade on Thinkorswim, it charges about $6-7, which is if you're a trader, like some of the guys that I watch and follow on YouTube that I learned from, they're doing thousands of transactions. $1,000 transactions, I mean. So if that's what you're doing, then $6 is nothing, right? But if you're like me, I'm earning like $6-7 for a deal, for a trade. So if I have to pay that much fees, then it becomes pointless. But Robinhood launched Robinhood Crypto, which I also have as part of my service, and they've slowly rolled it out to different states. I was one of the first million people that got access to it. I know that's crazy, because that's millions of people, but there's millions of people in line that are waiting for that service to open up in their particular region, right? So Robinhood itself, which has been mostly successful, did a series funding, and they raised about $363 million. I think this is a D fund, right? Yeah, Series D funding. So what that means is they're really going after Coinbase. Coinbase is growing like crazy here in America. They're the number one. We all start with Coinbase. Yeah, you have the Gemini, you can buy on Kraken, all these other places, but Coinbase just make it so easy to get in and invest in crypto and buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum, buy Litecoin, Ethereum Classic, and stuff like that. Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Cash. And Robinhood is even simpler, right? So this is a really, really good news because they're being valued right now at $5.6 billion. That's huge, guys. So I think that if we have more of these services that make it as simple and easy to be able to purchase your cryptocurrencies, your Bitcoin, and all that stuff, it's definitely a great thing for the market because we need adoption to be able to grow the space and have longevity, legitimacy, and also be able to bring up more volume for the trades to be able to happen, and so that the value can mature, the industry can mature, and VCs and institutional investors can make some money from it, and allows it to be able to self-sustain itself, and it won't be as susceptible to market manipulation, dips, and sell-offs and stuff of that nature. So that's important. This ties into the last thing that I wanted to share with you guys today, actually. So there's this article that I was reading on my lunch break today from Medium. You can just type crypto oracle. You can search for this topic specifically on Google. So it says the top 10 reasons people can't see the crypto light. So this is a very interesting topic. This is a very interesting article by Lou Kerner, right? So he is a partner at CryptoOracle.io, a VC and advisory firm. That's what Crypto Oracle is. So he said that crypto is the first reason is crypto is still so complicated, and I agree. When I decided to buy crypto, yes, Coinbase was very easy to use, but at the same time, it wasn't as if like, like, oh, I just let me go to the store and just buy it. You have to know all these things. You have to know, okay, you have to understand what the hell it is in the first place. Put my account, verify my identity, and then deposit the money, wait for the transactions, and then it says, oh, it costs like $14,000 for one Bitcoin. Like, holy smokes, I don't have $14,000 to be able to invest in this. It's like, oh no, you do research and you find, oh, you don't have to. You could put $10, $20, and then it says, oh, the price is this much, and then as soon as you're buying, it says, oh, the price expired. It's this price now, whether it went up or went down. So that makes it very complicated to some people, and they say, you know what, screw it, I don't want to do this. This is just too complicated. I don't know if today, tomorrow, it's going to be zero. So that is one thing that we need to be able to get over, and that's one of the goals for this channel, is to make it as the market matures, as these tools like Robinhood, Coinbase improve their services and improve the accessibility to cryptocurrencies, channels like this one and many other ones try to educate you guys and demystify that this is not all rocket science. It's pretty easy to be able to do. You just have to understand what you're doing, being safe, and knowing exactly what you're getting yourself into. Not to say that you should invest in crypto, but I'm just saying that these channels give you some road paths for you to be able to follow to make it uncomplicated. So the second reason was people don't like to work and study. I get that a lot. People ask me like, hey, I heard you've been making money on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. How do you do it? I tell them, well, this is how I do it. I explain to them, and they say like, that's just too complicated. Like, I don't want to do that. That's just crazy. Okay, so you want to learn how to make money using cryptocurrencies or not? Yeah, I do, but what you're telling me is too complicated. I don't have time for that. I don't want to do that. Well, it's not really that hard. You just have to want to learn it, and once you do, it probably takes you, I don't know, like an hour, 2 hours to first of all know how to do it. You may not invest in the correct coins. That does take more time. Like technical analysis is something I didn't know. I know how to read marketing charts. I know how to calculate cost of goods sold in business. I know how to calculate my return on investment, all that stuff. But technical analysis, reading RSI charts, reading reading MACD, knowing what the exponential moving average is. That was like foreign to me, guys, just a couple of months ago. And I learned that, and that gave me the opportunity to learn stock trading as well and be able to read those charts. And that's what cryptocurrencies afforded me the ability to be able to do. But you really need to know or want to learn and do some work. This is not just like, I also get some people say, let me just give you the money and you can go buy it from me. Like, no, it doesn't work that way, because what if I lose your money? I don't want to be responsible for that. I don't want you to go after me, take me to the SEC court and tell me this guy promoted Bitcoin and I lost all my money and I'm going to go to jail. I'm not about to do that, guys. So learn for yourself. Myself and a lot of other more experienced YouTubers. There's blogs, there's guides, there's books, there's so many resources out there for you to really learn how to do all this stuff, right? So the third thing is, they say some people are just too successful to see the light. So it's like, well, I'm really not really gonna make that much money, so I don't really have time for that stuff. So, that is a valid reason. If you don't really wanna, you're already successful and you don't want to learn something new, you don't want to try something new, then by all means, don't, right? And they also think that only governments can issue currencies. I was talking to a good friend of mine, and he was saying that, well, the dollar is backed by the U.S. government. That's pretty remarkable, because yes and no. What is the government backed with? Debt. So if your money, your currency, the US dollar or your fiat currency is backed by debt, I don't know how much value that actually is. I get comments that, well, it's backed by the US economy. The US economy ain't doing that well, guys. I mean, you got to wake up. It's not. I mean, yes, we see these markets, like our job market is low. Like unemployment is all-time low or whatever I heard on NPR news. That doesn't mean that people have jobs. That just means that people are not qualified for benefits anymore, because they probably have been out of work for such a long time that they can't claim unemployment benefits anymore. But that doesn't mean that the economy is necessarily better, right? I mean, I may be wrong. I'm not an economist. I'm not an oracle or anything like that. So I may be just, I don't know what I'm talking about, but that's just what I see. And then another reason is that this article says is most people don't care. They don't give a shit. Yeah, absolutely. And why would they? Some people just like, I don't want to deal with that. I'm not going to get in on it because I'm not interested in it. Some people are not curious enough. They say, what's the need? That's just another fad. That's just another scam. But think about this, guys. Bitcoin is the fastest growing thing in history. It says right here. Right now, Bitcoin, and let's see, how much is Bitcoin worth today? Bitcoin is $153 billion, right? I don't know how many companies or how many opportunities grew out of no intrinsic value to be valued at $153 billion. So if that's not curious, if you don't find that curious, then yeah, maybe that's a reason why you don't see the light in cryptocurrency. Another reason is crypto is too volatile, too risky. I understand. If you got in when it was 20,000, like some people I know, they bought in when it was 20K thinking like, oh my God, this is going to go to 50K, 100K, $1 million. They lost out and it dropped to 6,000. I'm sorry for those people, because that happened. Reality happened. But there are some people that I know that bought in when it hit 5,800 and now it's trading at close to 10K, right? And they're like myself, happy, right? I got in when it was 14K because it took a dive. I thought like, okay, well, it did a correction, but no, it went down even more. So for me, I did lose some money, gained that money back, and by just making the right decision. But yes, there is volatility, there is risk. But if you want safe investment, just keep your money in the bank, I guess. I don't know how safe that is. It's FDIC insured. Maybe that's a good thing, right? So it's you don't have to play the risk, but the more risk, the more opportunity, the higher chance of return. Other thing, it's a scam. Yeah, some coins are scams, not all. A lot of people say like Warren Buffett. I was sharing with you guys the other day. Charlie Munger says, "Oh, this is rat poison." I don't know where these things come from, but they say that, and they say, "Oh, it's a Silk Road." Like people use this for scammy reasons. They use it to trade drugs. For I don't know, terrorist organizations use cryptocurrencies to they use cryptocurrencies to trade value. Really? Come on. Like the 9/11 happened without cryptocurrency. So they got value money around somehow, and mostly through the bank. So if that's the case, we should think banks are scams and cash is scam, right? So just keep that in mind. And other people are too old. They say, "Oh, I only invest in something that I know." I get that too. And the last reason he says here, crypto light is still pretty dim because there's not enough people that are in it. That's very true. Only a small portion of the world right now is using cryptocurrencies. But the funny thing is, a lot of the third world countries are already using cryptocurrencies to transact. I was talking to a guy from, I should know the country. The M-Pesa. I think is that Nigeria? No, no. M-Pesa. I'm sorry about that. I should know this because I was talking to the guy. It's oh, it's Kenya. So there's this blockchain incubator and activator in China that's really he's an awesome guy. I hope I can get him on an interview here relatively soon. He agreed. I connected with him on LinkedIn and he said yes, he will do it, but because they see the value. There is so many people that are unbanked that are not even part of our banking system. Us being in a first world country, of course we have a bank account. When you have a job, you get paid in it with a check or paycheck and direct deposit and stuff like that. So you get your money deposited to a bank. So you need a bank. But there are so many people, like where I'm from in the Philippines originally, there's so many people that keep their cash under their beds in pillowcases. They transact in cash. So they don't necessarily have a bank account because bank accounts in some other countries, it's so difficult to open a bank account. You have no idea. Here in America, and if you're in a first world country, you just walk into a bank, you throw your ID, says, "I want to open a bank, here's $20." And you open a bank. In another country, it's not that easy. You have to get clearances, you have to get police clearances, NBI, like federal clearances, and you have to put like at least like I don't know $10,000 worth of money in it, and then you have to maintain that balance. You get treated like crap because you don't have enough money. The lines are so long. It's usually like they go to lunch when you're at lunch break, so you can't really withdraw money because the staff is. Guys, you have no idea how lucky we are in the first world country to be able to bank. But there's so many people that are unbanked. But with cryptocurrencies, they become integrated in our financial system. That is the number one, in my opinion, reason why cryptocurrencies is here to stay. The blockchain is great. That is all great because it's technology that provides a lot of use cases, smart contracts, and all that stuff. But just the basic cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, and any other ones, allowing access to places that don't have access to banks that can transact using their cell phone is a huge game changer, life changer for a lot of these people. And a lot of us don't realize that because we don't share those experiences with them. We don't have those problems. But if we did, we would understand why this is this is a big deal to other countries and why we should look into it, right? So, go read up on that article. I mean, I've been talking for for 45 minutes here, so I'm gonna cut the video already. Um, I'm gonna get back to making a video tomorrow. There's actually a news that I wanted to share with you guys, but I'm gonna hold that off for tomorrow because it's not time sensitive. I just wanted to share with you guys because it's interesting, and let's watch what happens if these markets hold up and not dip down more over the weekend, and hopefully get some more traction over the weekend, Friday, instead of people going on vacation. Hopefully they can put their money back in crypto and trading and all that stuff. So again, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for watching this video, supporting this channel. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment below, and let me know what you guys think, what you guys want me to talk to cover. There's a lot of content that I want to be able to cover, but of course, there's so much new things that are happening in the market that I just can't do all of them. But I'm gonna try my best to be able to give you as much value as I possibly can. All right. Well, I hope you have a great evening. And until I see you on the next video, I wish you and your family have a success-filled day. Bye.